Hello, everyone. I all hope you had a beautiful day and a very happy weekend and a very safe weekend and a very beautiful day. Today is a very beautiful day. The sky is blue. Universe is outside today. She's relaxing and having a beautiful day. I'm also very happy and very pleased with today's and how and today is also becoming a beautiful day and a very sunny day. As you can see, with the weather is heavily blue and very quietly good. Okay, everyone. Today we're here to talk about Lord Justin's home planet, known as Planet Dock, which is his home central headquarters for his faction, known as his Empire, as the Ninth Fleet, which is under his sole control, as I previously explained on the other episode. Okay, planet Dark is a very huge planet. It's a very huge planet, and it's a very black planet, a dark planet that has no moons, no celestial sister planets, and no sister worlds. It has a nine fleet of nine battle cruisers orbiting around it, and many satellites, many satellite feeds of battle cruisers orbiting around it, and with one sun and three moons that are quietly close in close standby. Planet Dark is a very big world in a very inhabitable world for Lord Justin's faction. He governs his people within his home planet, where he builds cities and monuments of his people using crystal energies and crystal power source in order to power up the planet's surface and also the planet's core by doing so in powering up the planet's core and the planet's surface and all the planet cities by using crystal technology in order to power up its power technology by combining crystal energy and with crystal technology to power up the crystal cities and also his home planet and the rest of his civilization. In the early centuries, in the early centuries, Justin, before he became Lord Justin, he discovered that Planet Dark was an abandoned city. He decided to go there and meditate and use a planet as a meditation suite in order to reconstitute the civilization of his faction and of his people in order to govern his empire and the rest of his commanders and the rest of his servants on his home planet, which he quietly did. He meditated on the planet using origin powers in order to heal, regenerative healing, and the power to heal the crystal power and grow the crystal energy sources, and using the crystal energy sources as a power source to fuel his power and to fuel his own gravity. By in doing so, Lord Justin became more powerful and more immortal, able to combine shadow energy with origin powers. Combining the two made him immortal and made him more perilous in his experience. Combining with these two powers, meaning perilous in his skills, since he's quite the great in hand-to-hand combat, agility, marksmanship, and also swordsmanship. He's very skilled. He trained on the planet surface for 2 months. After the 2 months, he exactly sees control half of the Shadow Empire faction. He conquered half of the Shadow Empire faction, reclaiming it and recalling it as a Nine Fleet. He exactly began governing his faction and the rest of his people on planet Dock, which became his home world and the home central headquarters for his planet. He even conveyed with the other members of his faction, known as Ray and James and Joe and the Dark Witch and the Dark Druids, who are his servants, and also the two right and left hand men that I previously told you about, to discussing the mission of their plans in order to reconquer all the other worlds and all the other civilizations. Ray decided to dispatch a fleet in order to reconquer all the other worlds and all the other civilizations, which they quietly did. But their plans were quietly thwarted and their operations were quietly thwarted in doing so, thanks to the intervention of the Intergalactic Coalition by saving the other worlds and all the other civilizations in doing so. In doing so, exactly by saving the other worlds and all the other civilizations from the Shadow Empire's grip and control, and setting them free and liberating all of them from the Shadow Empire's control, managed to exactly isolate the sole dominance of the known universe and also of the sacred universe. In doing so, Lord Justin became obsessed in conquering all the other worlds and all the other sister planets. In doing so, he conquered the sister moons of Planet Dark and renaming them as his next headquarters for his commanders and for his servants to exactly use as bases and home bases for the commanders to start releasing fleets and massive fleets to attack other planets and other worlds and other civilizations. In doing so, which quietly worked and quietly worked as a brilliant plan and a brilliant operation. With the Intergalactic Coalition growing stronger and growing vastly stronger. And with the rebels and the universal heroes and the universal space heroes working together and coordinating together, liberating all the other worlds and all the other civilizations, James reported to Lord Justin that the success of their mission has become a failed operation since the Universal Heroes and Intergalactic Coalition have liberated all the other worlds and all the other civilization. Lord Justin decided to undispatch his fleets and all his battle cruisers into the other war, and he decided to leave the Dark Witches and the Dark Druids and Joe, his servant, to begin his to start with his experiments on experimenting with crystal energy and creating monsters that will help them reconquer all the other worlds and all the other civilizations, which they did. Joe, as a servant and also as a dark druid, began experimenting with shadow energy and also with dark technologies and red technology and advanced technology and with crystal technology, creating a monster, humanoid monster that can easily destroy the intergalactic coalition and also the rest of the other and then the rest of the intergalactic coalition planetarian acquisition, which is exactly which it exactly did that exactly by any means necessary. It could have exactly succeeded, but the monster was heavily destroyed due to the intervention of the world heroes and the members of the world heroes known as Magic Boy, who was able to destroy the monster with his magical powers and abilities and destroy the crystal within the monsters within the monster's weakness, severing the creature's power and also its link to the crystals and all of its power source, saving the other worlds and all the other civilizations, which it exactly succeeded in doing so. The Universal heroes were able to thwart Lord Justin's operations throughout outer space thanks to the intervention of the United Heroes, and they coordinate and them working together and coordinating together with the Intergalactic Coalition, able to remove the Shadow Empire's grip from the other worlds and all the other civilizations. They started by 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 destroying the Shadow Empire factories across the other worlds and across the other civilizations, and they started destroying the Shadow Empire satellites from the other worlds and from the other civilizations. With the Shadow Empire managed to place satellite station, communication satellites on top of the other worlds and on top of the other civilizations by doing so, which caught the attention of Lord Justin and his forces and the rest of his servants within the Empire. Joe reported to Lord Justin that he should exactly proceed with the next phase, since the Intergalactic Coalition is exactly destroying their satellites and the rest of their bases and the rest of the communication bases by cutting off the Shadow Empire's grip on the other worlds and all the other civilization. Lord Justin quietly agreed that Planet Darkest will remain as the central headquarters for them to convene and discuss the next plan of the operations and the next plan of their movements, which they quietly technically agreed. He began to sponsor Joe and the Dark Druids and the Dark Witches and the Dark Faithful experiments, and he said they should proceed on with unleashing more monsters and more creatures to attack the Intergalactic Coalition head on, and to also use a superhuman army in case these heroes and the Intergalactic Coalition become persistent and quietly relentless on their pursuit to liberate all the other worlds, which they did exactly. The war on two fronts ended badly. There were casualties on heavy sides, on heavy, and there were enormous amounts of casualties. There were enormous amounts of casualties on both sides. The crystal monsters were destroyed. The world heroes saved the other worlds and all the other planets. They became the top heroes of the entire Sacred Universe and of the entire Sacred World, able to decimate the monsters and saving civilizations and worlds and all the other planets by doing so, by setting free all the other civilizations and all the other worlds. The Intergalactic Coalition was happy that all the Shadow Empire territories are being liberated one after the other, and it's becoming a huge victory on both sides, and that the Universal heroes are liberating all the other worlds due to the intervention of the other heroes that they were associated with the Universal Space Heroes, the Earth Heroes, the Fire Heroes, the Water Heroes, the Metal Heroes, the Magic Heroes, and Fairies, and the Magic Hero Fairies as well, and with their assistance and their aid, they were able to exactly liberate all the other civilizations and all the other worlds. The other sister moons that are acquired under soul control and soul dominance control of Lord Justin's dominion were able to exactly provide assistance to the Shadow Empire, to the Shadow Empire's forces, and within the other Shadow Empire's generals and warlords who were able to exactly pledge their loyalty and their allegiance to Lord Justin and also to his forces and to his faction, which were able to exactly dealt a very, very cunning blow. On the next month, in January the 2nd, the Shadow Empire warlords convened all of them together to decide who will become the next Shadow Empire warlord, who will lead the Shadow Empire through greatness. The other members of the Shadow Empire started fighting amongst themselves, started destroying each other amongst themselves without realizing that the enemy has been Lord Justin and the other Shadow Empire warlords who pledged their allegiance and their loyalty and forming an alliance with other secret societies of supervillains known as the Order of the Five, Order of the Seven, Order of the Six, Order of Order of the Six, the Court of Nature, the Golden Masters, the Founders, and all the other secret society of the supervillains, which I just mentioned to you guys. The Founders, the Order of the Five, the Order of the Six, the Order of the Seven, the Court of Nature, and all the rest of the galactic who are also a supervillain of secret societies. They started forming alliance with them, pledging their allegiance, giving them technology and endless technology. Lord Justin didn't see the need in him in becoming an ally of these secret societies of supervillains because he wanted sole dominance of the known universe and all the other worlds to be under his control. His Operation Squad, they took a huge bang-up blow due to the intervention of the intergalactic coalition and the rebels and the universal heroes and united heroes who are able to exactly successfully liberate the other worlds and all the other civilizations from his grip and from his control, and also cutting off the Shadow Empire's control from the other civilizations and all the other worlds. In doing so, the other civilizations were inspired to join forces with the Intergalactic Coalition. The Intergalactic Coalition and the Universal Heroes kept improving, kept adapting, kept training all the members and all the other aliens in hand-to-hand combat, in elite strategist training, and any other method to fight the bad guys and the villains that they're fighting, and all the other threats that they're fighting, and all the other any alien empire, any evil alien empire they may come across against it in any time. Lord Justin even formed an alliance with elderly Granny Witch, who's a high-ranking official member in Shadow Jack's empire, who's known by another name, Lord Jack. In his empire, elderly Granny Witch provided Lord Justin with endless technologies with black boxes and red boxes, able to give his forces to teleport and to open portals to other dimensions and to other worlds and to access to other civilizations. In doing so, he created a gateway and an opportunity for Lord Justin's forces to seize more technology and more shipments from Shadow Jack's forces and from Shadow Jack's forces and from Shadow Jack's forces and from his kind and from his people. In doing so, even Nebula Bringer offered her services, and with Golden Girl, who is a high ranking witch and a powerful member of the Out of Line, or a criminal organization that specializes in alien technologies and advanced alien technologies, that works on the behalf of the Order of the Six, a secret society of alien villains working together in order to control and conquer planet Earth by any means necessary. The Alliance exactly would bring great conquest to other worlds, conquering all the other worlds and all the other civilization. Elderly Granny Ridge gave them everything they needed. In return, Lord Justin provided Elderly Granny Ridge with crystal technologies, an experiment notation of superhuman army and armadas and superhumans to be tested and to uncover the secrets of their powers, and more canister of shadow energy in its purest form and its greatest purest form, and also shadow energy in its darkest form in order to unlock its secrets and its mysteries. In doing so, the alliance was a better off partnership. Lord Justin became an ally of Shadow Jack in his empire, and he became a partner in his mission and his conquest. They decided to aid in each other's conquests and in their vision to conquer the entire sacred universe and the entire sacred world by any means necessary. Despite this, Lord Justin sits on the throne of planet Dock. He governs himself and meet with his associates and his members of his empire, known as Joe, Ray, James, the commanders, and decided to proceed with their next operation. They talk in the shadows where there's light in a room. And Lord Justin is sitting at the throne like this, sitting at the throne, and the other members are right next to him in a circle, circling around him, next to him in a circle, and they decided to proceed with the next phase. They could all convene together with the new members of the Shadow Empire warlords, decided to offer their services and their loyalty and their allegiances to him, which they quietly did in any case. By doing so, Lord Justin was quietly pleased to proceed on with the next phase of the plan, to learn that his plans were not compromised or quietly ruined or quietly discouraged by any means necessary. Planet Dark is a very big world. It's a dark planet that is far, far, far away in the sacred universe, in a very, very far away from the sacred solar system, in the very, very deeper edges of the known universe. It is a home planet where Lord Justice governs his empire and his forces and his faction and his kind, where they all work together and associate together with the allies and with the allies and with the other associates, associating himself with other villains known as Ghostmaster, Windmaster, Golden Knight, Metalface, Queen Ivy, and all the other villains which are part of secret societies. Some are enforcers of those secret societies. Others are guards of the secret society. Lord Justin is deadly and powerful and very, 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 very ruthless, and he's a very ruthless leader. He does not like weakness or any kind. He will destroy it or use it to crush rebellion or rebels or spy within his fleet by any means necessary within his empire. His home world is big, it has sister moons and sister worlds where he is the ruler and the leader and the lord and the king of his people. He leads them with great authority. He believes that they are the ones destined to rule the entire sacred universe and also the entire Shadow Empire, and he will do whatever he can to rule the Shadow Empire and also to rule it with an iron fist and lead it with an iron fist, no matter the circumstances, by clashing with all the universal heroes and with the universal space heroes, the world heroes, the united heroes, the war heroes, the united heroes, the fire heroes, water heroes, earth heroes, and metal heroes, and all other heroes. In case he sees them as a threat, he will he will exterminately see to the he will exactly see to the demise in any means necessary. He will not allow anyone else to threaten his plan or his missions. It'll come first in any means necessary. Well, that's it for today, guys. I all hope you have a beautiful day. You will have a beautiful day and a very safe day ahead. Stay safe. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Goodbye.